Hello everybody, I'm back with another Bret Hart collection, part 5, the figures. Please excuse me, I've never done this before, showing actual wrestling figures, so I'm sorry if it's a bit different and weird than what the other people who show their figures do. I have a lot to say in this video, and please excuse me if I fumble over my freaking tongue and completely forget what I was going to say. But I have a lot of problems with the Mattel figures these days, and I will explain everything as I go along with that. I also have a story to tell you about my childhood. I know no one really gives a fuck about that, but I'm going to tell it anyway because it's direct result with these figures. So, let's get into it. This is the first Bret Hart figure released. It's the LJN figure, these big rubber ones. I absolutely love these figures. Mine has a weird mark across his head. I don't know where that came from, but oh well. And there's his back. But I love these figures. They're really a lot of fun to play with, even if they didn't move. They were just a lot of fun. So that's Bret Hart's first figure from '87, LJN. Next up is this Hasbro figure, Series 4. Great figure. Amazing, actually. Got everything right. But this isn't the star of the show. But I have a story to tell about these. The next one was Series 8 figure. I loved this figure so much. It is absolutely my favorite Bret Hart figure that they ever made. As silly as that may sound. So another thing I want to say is I'm not a mint on card collector, but I'm getting to that point where these Mattel figures are so shitty that excuse me, that I might as well just become a mint on card collector, because I'll get into it later. But anyway, I want to tell a story from my childhood. Okay, when I was young, these figures were very, very hard to find, especially Bret. I knew this one was out earlier than this one. So I looked for years, I mean years, or what it seemed like years, to find a Bret Hart figure. Okay? I finally found this one. He was the last one left, and I grabbed him at a KB Toys. I think I got him and Kerry Von Erich. I might have just gotten Bret alone. I don't remember. But I finally had a Bret figure. This was January '94, I believe, because these came out late, very, very late in '93. So I was so happy. I looked for years to find a Bret Hart figure. I finally had him. You know, not this one, but I took this figure with me when I met him the first time, the day before WrestleMania 10. Had it in my hand, and it was just a great experience. But I was just so happy to finally have this figure. I took it everywhere with me. Literally everywhere. I never let it out of my sight. I was just so happy to finally have it. I looked at it all the time, right before bed too. But, you know, I was just so happy to have this. Well, I only had my original one of this one for 3 months, when someday at the beginning of April we sat down on our dinner table, which was a rare occurrence in our house, to have dinner, which was me, my mom, my dad, and my sister, my only sibling, who, by the way, I've never gotten along with, and she seemed almost jealous of me for some reason, or I don't know why. She always had more things than I did, and she knew how happy Bret Hart made me, and she always tried to destroy whatever I had of him, including my magazines and pictures. She'd step on them. Fucking bitch. But anyway, she, so anyway, as I was saying, we sat down one day for dinner, and I had this with me, and I, as I always did, I put him right beside my plate, when I was about to eat. And for whatever reason, her and my mom got into an argument, and my dad chimed in, and she got pissed, and she grabbed this figure, because I didn't have him in my hands, and she ran with him, and so me instinctively ran after her, and I didn't know what she was going to do. She ran upstairs, I ran after her, my dad ran after me, and I was pleading with her to give him back to me. Please, give him back to me. This was like the only really toy that meant something to me, and I started crying and was pleading with her because I was about to, I just begged her to give him back to me. Well, she didn't give him back to me. She took him and threw him as hard as she could down the stairs. He hit the wall, his arm broke off. And I seen all this happen to this. I was furious. I was fucking furious. So I ran after her, and my dad grabbed me because I was gonna beat the shit out of her for doing that. That really upset me very much when she did that. So my dad tried to fix the arm. He tried to glue it on, and it just didn't work because this arm broke off. And this was the move arm, his little action that he did. And I was so upset that she broke my Bret Hart figure that I stopped collecting these. I stopped buying them. It didn't make sense to me anymore. And ever since she did that, I had been trying to get this one back. Well, it only took me 21 years to finally find one in good condition. And that's how I got this one again. I'm so very, very thankful I have it again. With her out of my life, she'll never do that to me again. But I guess that might have fucked me up a little bit, because now I have more Bret Hart figures that I know what to do with. But this was one of the perfect Bret Hart figures they've ever made. So good. They got his chest and everything right. His arms, even the way Bret made his fists with this little like thing like that, But yeah. So how I became this one was I had two Jakks figures, the Shawn Michaels in blue pants, which is apparently very rare now, and a Diesel. And one of my former friends said he would trade me a Bret Hart for that. I said, well, which Bret do you have? He said he had the Hasbro. Of course, I thought it might have been this one, as I was still looking for it at the time to get it back. And I was like, great. So I traded him those figures, and he brought this one out, and I'm like, oh man. But I didn't care. This is still a great figure. And sorry for that boring ass story, but yeah. This is very odd, this next one. This was Bendy, I think they called them. Bendy Bret Hart figure. Okay, now let's get into the Jakks figures that were released between, God, I don't remember when these were. Maybe mid-2000s to 2010, when shitty Mattel took over. Anyway, was the 3-pack of the Hart Foundation. There's Jimmy Hart. His microphone with his megaphone. Cool figure of Jimmy Hart. Hart Foundation's Blues, what his jacket says. Here's Bret Hart, looking great. Now, to me, a wrestling figure should be bulky and, big and look like the guys that they're trying to you know, represent. And big Jim Neidhart. Great figure, Jim Neidhart. I love the Hart Foundation all in pink. I love Bret all in pink too. I don't remember which series these were from, so please excuse me. This, I believe, was the first Bret Hart Jakks figures they released. It didn't come with this jacket, I just put it on him. Didn't come with glasses, didn't even come with elbow pads. It came with a shitty world belt. But yeah, a lot of my figures have like different heads and different accessories, not that didn't come with the figures, so I apologize. Another great 2-pack of the Hart Foundation. Here's Bret. I don't know what's up with this singlet, why they did it so high. He never wore it that way. And Jim Neidhart, he could have just done it like that on Bret. Bret Hart Jakks figure from WrestleMania 8. Lost the sunglasses, I do apologize for that. I don't know why they gave him a 5 o'clock shadow on his face. Never had that. These Jakks figures were nice, but they were also shitty at the same time, if that makes sense. Ooh. Another Bret Hart figure. I think this came with Jeff Hardy in a 2-pack. It's SummerSlam 91 gear, minus the jacket. Because I don't know why they didn't like giving jackets with Bret. That's what Mattel does not do at all. If they do, it's only a piece of shit rubber. WrestleMania 4 Bret, which I call, because that's the attire he wore at WrestleMania 4. Sorry if this is weird how I'm showing it, but like I said, please excuse me, I've never done this before. I hope you can see him good. Alright, this is the first Bret Hart figure I ever saw in a store after the Hasbro back so many years ago. I got this in 2007 in North Carolina, like a week or so after my dad had died, and was visiting relatives in North Carolina, and was just so completely lost, and I found this figure and I bought it because you never find Bret Hart figures anywhere. It's like a rarity. That was a cool figure. This was the this was actually his 85, 86 Hart Foundation days, which was really cool. When's the Stampede Bret Hart figure gonna come out? Oh wait, if Mattel's doing it, never mind. Don't want it. This is another Bret Hart figure. I don't remember who came with him, if anybody did. Man, these head scans, man, holy shit, were they bad. And the last but not least of my Jakks figures is this 2-pack of the Hart Foundation with their jackets. See how nice that looks, Jim Neidhart. If you just do a little bit of fucking work, Mattel, you can get it. You can get it done. Okay, so I want to show this thing because otherwise I'm going to forget. Oh my goodness. This is the Bret Hart wrestling buddy that WCW released back in, I'm going to say 2099, one of them. I always wish they would have made a larger Bret Hart figure somewhere. Like, I don't know. I wish they always made a Bret Hart wrestling buddy back when he was with the WWF, because those were really big. These seemed really, really small and just really bad. Just really shitty. I mean, look at the face. I mean, it's a nice figure and all, well, or cuddle buddy or whatever the hell you want to call it, but it's just. And here's the back of it. These talk too, by the way, but mine's defective. If I turn it on, he won't shut up. So I'm not gonna turn it on, but the detail in the attire is really nice. It's just that face. Anyway, cool figure, or cuddle buddy, whatever. Sorry about this. Sometimes you need to do adjusting, which I'm going to have to do because, oh man, we're going to get into the Mattel figures right now. Okay. This was the first Mattel figure they released. It's from the Canadian Stampede match. From 97, and good figure, you know, good looking figure, nice jacket, the only cloth jacket we ever got with Bret until recently. This was released, I believe, in 2011. It came with the Canadian flag, but of course my dumbass lost that. But, you know, what can you do? Skinny ass legs here. What's going on with his legs? He didn't originally come with these with these knee pads. I had to put them on because, you know, for some reason Mattel and Jax didn't like giving knee pads and elbow pads with the figures. But if you want to see what he looks like underneath the glasses, right here. The only thing I like about these is the face scan. Some of them. We'll get into that too. But yeah. Okay, the next figure I believe that was released was, I don't have to go in order, do I? Was this one from the Royal Rumble '88. I love this figure because it's Bret in all pink. Okay, here's my problem with these fucking figures. What is this? What is this? That's not how Bret Hart looked. That's not his chest. That's not his arms. What is this? And so what I did was make a custom Jim Neidhart to go with him. Because why the hell not? Got the pink a little bit wrong, but who cares? Just great. One of my favorite figures, yes, but also have a lot of complaints. I have a lot of complaints about these Mattels. I'm just warning you guys beforehand, okay? Alright, not going in any specific order anymore. This is one of the newest ones. One of the new ones. This is Ultimate Edition figure. I have this one boxed and I'll show you that afterward. Great figure, you know, Bret's all in pink, you know. Great looking face. You know, really nice looking face, okay. But when you reveal his chest here, I don't know what the hell is going on. But that is clearly not Bret's chest. It is very concaved, and it looks to be like... I have a real thing with these figures getting Bret Hart's chest right. They don't. They don't. And these figures are just so goddamn straight and narrow and the same, and it's just... make them different. For every wrestler, it was different. And that's, this is obviously the figure from Royal Rumble 93 attire. Nice figure and all, but next up is another basic. I changed its head because I didn't like the head it came with, apparently. I think this came with Steve Austin, and I changed his head. It's so straight and narrow and just, ugh, feels like a pencil. King of the Ring 93, Bret Hart. Changed his head too because it was awful. And this is his King of the Ring 93 attire, or after he won every match. I have this one boxed. I'll show you the original with the head that I hate. So we get our first Hart Foundation. It's Mattel. Man, here we go again with the straight and narrow, no, God, fucking horrible face scan for Bret here. Just really bad. Nice attire though. I mean, I guess these look good far away, but who looks at figures far away? Here's Jim Neidhart. I mean, they need to, like, I don't know, these just feel so disgusting in your hands, too. Like, I don't know what it is, but they just never felt good to me. They always felt very fragile and pencil-like. Okay, so this is the most recent Bret Hart figure that they released this year. It's from WrestleMania 8. This is the first cloth jacket we got since 2011. And it's a great jacket. It's my favorite jacket Bret ever wore. It's that one. It's from WrestleMania 8 attire. Nice figure, but again with this freaking torso. Okay, this one is Elite 94 Bret from his attire from SummerSlam 92. No jacket came with him. But now if you have that other Bret, you can put it on because he wore that same jacket at SummerSlam 92. Nice figure, shitty body. And this is, you know, I love this attire on Bret. A pink top, black pants attire. But somehow Mattel managed to fuck this up somehow. This was his attire he wore at SummerSlam 91. I mean, how the fuck did we get to perfection like that? To this? I mean, even the freaking Hasbro is thicker and wider than these. And these are bigger, longer. Come on now. If you can't do it right, just keep making dolls, Mattel. But even them turned shitty, didn't they? This is a basic. I believe he came with Shawn Michaels. I again changed the head for this figure and took off the elbow pads. This figure came with the most hideous looking face scan I've ever seen on a Bret Hart figure. So I changed it and put this one on there. This is from Survivor Series 96 attire figure. I changed the head because the one that it came with was awful. They can never seem to get Bret Hart's face right. Although these, you know, these are nice. This one that they've been doing is great. But guess what? They're going to be changing it again for his figures coming out next year. Back to the shitty ones that we hate, from what I saw. Okay, this is the ringside exclusive Bret that came out back in 2011, 2012, somewhere around there. I have the jacket, but the jacket's rubber and it's really hard to get off and on, and I wasn't going to put it on for this video. But his hair's a little lighter. This is also from Royal Rumble 93. I don't know why they keep repeating the same freaking attires for him all the time. But whatever. And this was Bret's first Ultimate Edition figure with a rubber jacket. These come off by taking off the vest and arms and all that shit. Everyone wants to know what attire this is from. What attire this is from? It's from SummerSlam '94. No, it's from the 1 2 3 match against Bret Hart against 1 2 3 from Monday Night Raw. No, I think this is from King of the Ring '94. But that's just my thoughts. You can come up with your own conclusion. WrestleMania Bret Hart. WrestleMania 10 Bret Hart. A basic. I don't remember what series, but this is just a basic. It says 89 gear, 88, 89 gear. They completely missed the hearts. You know, well, what do you expect from Mattel? You expect goodness from Mattel? Okay, and this one, my last, oh jeez, my last Mattel figure for right now, is this one, a WCW one. He came with Goldberg. I threw Goldberg out. Threw Goldberg out in the trash, maybe, or against the wall. I don't remember what I did with Goldberg, but I no longer have him, and I do not care. This is the one that's important anyway. This is a WCW. Okay, so I'm going to show you this awful face scan. Okay, look at this. Look at this. That is not Bret Hart. I don't know who that is, but that is certainly not Bret Hart. And they're going back to this weird shit from what I've saw. This really weird head scan for the new figures coming out next year. They like it. So I have a lot of complaints with Mattel. They can't get his body right. They can't get his face right. I mean, his face did get better for a time with that Elite 94 and all the other figures they released with that particular head scan, but I mean, you gotta keep changing it. Why do you gotta keep changing it? If it's good, it's good. Leave it alone. Okay, now, enough of my complaining about Mattel. I cannot stand them, but enough of my complaining about Mattel. Now I'm going to show you guys. Oh man, one of my favorite pieces. I wouldn't call this a figure, I would call it a statue. That's exactly what it is. It is a statue. It is a statue, and it is the best looking Bret Hart I have ever seen, or I have seen since the Hasbros. So here's the base of it. I'm just going to show you the base of it. It's the Winged Eagle belt, Bret Hart. These apparently go for a lot of money now, and I can see why. They are so nice and good. This is the statue of Bret Hart that they released back in 2006, and one of the best looking Bret Harts they've ever made. This isn't from Mattel or anything. This is directly from WWE. I mean, the detail on this is amazing. This is amazing. I love this thing very, very much. It's one of my favorites. So, guys, that will do it for my Bret Hart figures. I'd like to thank you for watching. Oh yeah, before I forget, I must show you the boxed figures that I have. Alright, so this is the King of the Ring boxed figure with the shitty head scan that I changed. That's the back of the box. That was a great pay-per-view. The next boxed figure is the Ultimate Edition that came out earlier this year. Very nice. And there's the back of it. And the most recent one, the Defining Moments, Bret Hart. These boxes have gotten smaller too. Cheaping out on that too, aren't they? This back used to be open in the older ones, but they gave us a nice picture, so I can't complain much. I mean, I can complain, but I'm not going to. Alright, thank you so much for watching this weird video. I do appreciate it. Y'all take care of yourselves. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Bye for now.